All right, as we actually have been go through, okay, for this week kind of sessions there, right? Oh, that means we have been go through with one of the important lessons is how actually you're going to develop your kind of understanding how to create back again your design, all right, by using a basic structure and shape to design the characters there, right? Okay, those are things there. So in order to develop this kind of more kind of understanding here, right? I would love to see back again your result of working in order to for me to have a little more ideas, okay, where you can go from there. Right? If I'm not mistaken here, it's not this one there, right? Okay, I'm going to what we call that create some of the folders that way. So whenever that you're going to submit most of your progress, okay, we can actually write. You guys actually can just submit them in these folders on the classrooms directly to work with it. All right. Sorry. Okay, at the moment, Farisa is not here, right? Farisa, Mei Ying, not here yet. We have one, two, three, four, five, six, seven. So we have eight right here. Oh, Farisa Iverina is from where? How many groups? How many people actually in your groups here right now? We have eight of you guys here. So if eight of you guys is active, right? Okay, so that mean okay, I was hope and also hope that all these eight active kind of what we call that people in this group are going to be consistent to have the right kind of developments until the end of the semester. Okay. Okay, about our second exercise that we did for last Tuesday, have you guys done any progress that we can submit right now in our Google Classrooms? All right, Tanya, I actually have sent it there, right? So it looks more better there, Tanya, okay? Better than the previous one there, right? Okay? When it comes to develop that kind of dynamical kind of pose for these characters there. Okay? But today, actually, I have another kind of exploration and test with you guys. Okay, one of the things that I want to look into, not my WhatsApp, right? Basically, all right, you guys can see my screen sharing there, right? I want to test you guys, okay, if you will have, okay, or you need to draw your characters, but not chibi characters there. We are going to start with, okay, this kind of what we call that explorations, because I had this kind of what we call that suggestions from the industrial, uh, what we call that partners there again, that I actually right discuss about the students kind of developments kind of process. Okay, so when he actually suggests to me, all right, okay, for the animation students, all right, this is basically it's quite early there, earlier for past few weeks. Okay, I think around 2 3 weeks there. Okay, so he told me there. Okay, they say if result there, right? Okay, if we want to test the students, right, in the futures, I would love to see if the students are going to develop basically their understanding. Okay, we're going to do three head of circles there, okay, of characters. We want to test the student whether they can actually draw basically a characters, a human characters, for example here. Right? So if you take a look right now, right, what I'm doing right now, a basic structure is only there before I'm going to add some details. Right? Sometimes if I want to measure between this area and this areas has to be balanced there, okay? Same kind of length. All right, make sure the hands are going to be below the pelvis there, okay? So what I can do, right, okay, I'm going to design also the characters into these positions there. This is the front positions there, right, okay, the guideline there, right? So you guys can have all this kind of reference basically um, in Google's there, okay? You can Google them up if you want to, right? Okay, the guidance and the reference there, because we cannot actually focus a lot of anatomies kind of drawings, right? If and because we're going to combine also with the developing understanding using the tools and providing the methods of working in adopt animate and adopt those characters later on there, right? Okay, but I would suggest for you guys to practice this kind of methods there, okay? Draw anything that you thought that quite what we call that benefit you guys in the futures there, right? Because in animations, if you want to animate, sometimes if you want to animate a simple characters there, okay, if you don't actually have enough understanding to develop or to design, all right, to design basically human characters there, later on it's really hard for you to animate or to to animate, and you it's hard for you also to develop this is kind of certain kind of understanding there, okay, of human anatomical kind of movements or pose, right? Because you don't know the balance, okay, the proportion it well there, right? Okay, for some of the student who actually doesn't have this kind of experience before, right? You have to raise those questions of any kind of things that you want me to add more values on our lessons there, right? Because other than you guys learn all these 12 principles of animations, even though you're going to work with the, nowadays we have a lot of samples of characters kind of uh, what we call that plug in there, right? Okay, or samples of what we call that characters that have been ready made there, right? Okay, in Adobe After Effects, Adobe Flash, or Adobe Tune, what we call that Adobe Animate, or what we call that Toon Boom Harmony kind of applications there, that you guys just can use them to animate them, right? Okay, but if you don't have enough kind of understanding of the human anatomies and proportions, it will look a little bit more like off from the the the, the presentations there, right? It look weird there, okay? So that's why this fundamental knowledge, it will help you to develop that kind of understanding there. So right now we have the from these models, okay, from these basic structures there, okay, before we're going to go through with it, right? Let me actually go back again to the sessions here. Okay, I just say that from these basic structures that we have, what we can do is side profiles there, right? The human anatomies or characters, human anatomies there, side profiles there. Okay, side profiles there, right? The line of actions, right? The legs, yeah. Okay. Even though this is a stylization of those characters here, and the hands, see, the hands, I try to simplify them, because when it comes to design also in Flash later on there, right? Can you see, right, how actually I break down the shapes there, right? Break down the shape there, right? To draw the hands, right? Human hands, okay? There. The way that I actually, right, conduct the arrangements there, okay? All this kind of knowledge is really important for you to develop your own characters from this one, right? Okay, the leg itself, this is the thigh, right? Okay, shapes of the thigh there, the foot there. Okay, so all this kind of knowledge and understanding, right, to draw the thigh there, right, the foot and the legs from front view there, right. This is the kneecap. This is the right the rotations, right, kind of what we call the joinings there, right, for the this part there, right. Okay, so all this kind of understanding, we have to develop that kind of studies there, okay, before we are going to draw a detailed characters there. This one basically is look like stylizations based on the super deformed kind of characters there, okay, that I try to create. Right, this is the nose, basically the structures of the nose there may be, but we can actually improvise, and it is the lips there, right? Okay, so it doesn't mean that I draw all this kind of what we call that basic structures there, right? Okay, they will actually we're going to follow director, right? Okay, we actually have to improvise also from here. Okay, we need to know how to improvise them. Don't just follow exactly what you actually have said, because this is a rough sketch, right? From the rough sketch, basically when we design these two different kind of positions, right, normally when people actually start to draw or design their characters directly, when they come to draw from, okay, this is the eye line, nose, and lips there, for example. There. This is the center point. Okay. When you draw the eyes, how you draw the eyes, the right shapes. Okay. So the eyes shapes is look like a fish shapes or the form of the eyes there, right? Okay. This is the eyes itself, half of it there, right? Okay. This is basically those eyebrow. Okay. You want to draw any kind of characters or chibi characters there, for examples. Okay. I love to emphasize on these chibi characters because um, it will actually give the closer kind of positions or way of student going to be explored. Okay, the ears, the shapes of the ears. Remember the right shapes there, right? It can be look like this. It can be look like this one. The shapes there, the basic structures there, right? Draw the ears is not that hard there, right? Okay, some people actually make things a little bit more complicated there. The nose shapes look like an M there, right? Okay, or a mountain there. And sometimes we can draw the shapes look like this one, right? Okay, like a triangles there, right? Most anime actually have done that, right? Okay, this is from low angles. This is more like a front or high angles there, right? There, and then the eyebrows itself, right? Looks simple, but it takes a practice that works. Okay, now from here, what we can do? This is basically the head there, right? Then the hairline there, okay? How actually you're going to draw the hairline there, right? Okay. Either it is as a boy or a girl there, okay? I never know, I didn't know yet. So, but what I think good thing about the if you using digital to sketch, right? You guys can actually use lasso tools to do some selections, copy and paste right here. Okay, this is only a rough sketch, right? Okay, because you need to study first your design before you finalize them. I'll take quite some time to understand this process there, right? Because my times I've learned by myself, right? Okay, so those are the things that actually have in mind where I can have basically I actually have been experienced before, right? And also at the same times I learned from my friends, my colleagues there, my staff there, right? Okay, at the times. So I learned from any kind of right kind of resources that I can get, right, to develop my kind of understanding here. If you take a look right now, there, when you combine them, you can get basically those full figures there, right? Okay, of those characters there, right? Right. Easy to reflect, right? Okay, the shapes, the structures there back again, and you can see, can adjust, okay, whether it's right or not. Okay? Same goes to these areas there, the neck, and then the body there, right? Okay, the costume itself there, right? Okay, the wardrobe there, right? Okay, right. You have to think also what kind of wardrobe basically will lead into your design. It's not only about just drawing one characters and then you finalize them. The process of developing all these kind of ideas has to be go through with a very, what we call that, structures there, okay? You really be planned well there, okay? Because you have to remember one thing. When you design one single characters, for example, for your projects, okay? You have to remember that you're going to work and also live with a character with a certain period of times. My kind of suggestions, if you create your own projects, just like you did right now, assignments or for your any kind of purpose there, okay, before you're going to work with somebody else there, make sure you create something that you really love to see and like. It's just like you having a relationship with someone there, right? If you really love to talk and to be friend, to be respond, you might going to be hang out with them for a certain period of time. Okay, you will enjoy your moment with them, right? So if you can, because in order to develop that character, that kind of feelings when it comes to works, it's going to be the same thing. You must be able to see the beauty of you. So from right now, okay, I'm going to draw a very simple kind of shades there for this guy. There is maybe a naughty guy there, like a boy there, right? Okay. I'm going to design something like this. This is the hand, arm. There. The anatomy of the arm also, if you check, look there, right? I'm going to see. He he's wearing a shorts there maybe. So I'm going to improvise a bit. And this is going to be the legs, right? And he's wearing maybe a sneakers there, right? But of course, okay, in order to develop what basically the ideas there, right? Okay, you don't have to take too serious to sketch it out your ideas here. What you can do, sorry, there, right? Face. Just go with the flow first. Rough it out there first, there, okay? Because the process of developing ideas are going to be look like this one there, okay? So maybe there, I have to adjust a little bit here. Right, adjust a little bit there right now, later on. Take a look closely right now, we have the characters of the boy. Right, balance everything in every single way. Right, if you're going to use the same template, I have to go through with this kind of exercise there. Why? Because I want you guys, okay, 8 of you guys, no matter where actually you came from, will have the same knowledge that you can bring over to your works in the futures. Draw a girl there, right? It's a very uh, groovy, I don't know, okay, naughty kind of boy there, right? Maybe. If I want to use the same kind of template over here, right? what I can do, for the eyes back again. So the eyes of the girls a bit more bigger there, right? And have the eyelash there. Because I have one template there, right? So easy for me to use them back. So the strokes of this girl are going to be a little bit more soft there, right? A little bit more softer. So the hairline, right? For example here. Okay, the hair a bit more longer there, right? See how actually I draw the sketch of those hand there, right? Okay, there are those hairline there, right? So when I have this one, right, the neck a bit more smaller there a bit, maybe. Okay, how about the dress? A simple dress there, right? She's wearing a shirt. She's wearing a, call that, a gown there, maybe a skirt there, right? Okay. This is going to be her hand there. This is her hand there, right? Why actually I portray with this kind of what we call that positions here? Because we can see, right, all the possibility that we can use to draw, right, the position of the hand later on, okay, the shapes of the legs. Maybe she's wearing what we call that a shoes here. Yeah, the sandals that baby. Okay, small leg, right? Okay, big shoes of what we call that ladies there, right? Okay, they will look a bit more weird lah. Anyone who have ladies, okay, with a big shoes there, right? Okay, or big foot there, right? Okay, big kind of feet there, right? Okay, they'll get to be a bit weird lah, right? Okay, or maybe you have a, no offense, but maybe you have a strong kind of uh, a man or a male kind of what we call that kind of hormone there, okay? See there, I have both, all right, of the characters there, ladies, women, right? But using this kind of post efforts, a simple kind of post efforts, okay? So maybe this kind of what we call that girls, all right? Nose, if I don't want to draw something more like this, I can draw like this one there, right? See? I can draw like this one there, right? Simple there. It can be. Okay, this is a rough sketch, right? A rough sketch of my kind of what we call that development and understanding to design the characters there. All right. When it comes to, okay, side profile. This is the things, this is the trick one there, okay? This is something that most people, if I take a look back again, right, I can saw the hands is quite long there, all right? So always basically, maybe the hands a bit more like this one, right? Not too long there, okay? So otherwise look a bit weird there, look a bit more like aliens or ghosts there, right? If I want to rotate, okay, right. If I want to flip horizontals, just to test, all right, whether the proportion is right, I can, right? This is what basically Photoshop will give us the benefit of using digitals there. Actually, right, we arrange our mistakes there. We actually can improve our mistake if we saw something is not look right there, okay? With our developments there. Sorry. Okay. Then when you want to finalize later on in Adobe Flash or Adobe Animate, there you guys can just go ahead there. Okay. Plus the position of the hands is not right, lah. Right? It has to be look like this one there, right? All right. Okay. The thumb, all right, right? The position of the hands, right, from this side are going to be look like this one there, right? This is the thumb, and these are going to be the pointed fingers, middle fingers there, right? The other fingers are going to be here, right? Side. This is from this side there. Remember, right? Always understand the anatomy there out of it. Okay, the next thing is, okay, this is basically the trick one there, okay? A lot of people can draw any kind of good quality kind of characters in side profile in front view and also maybe three-quarter view. The problem that most people have, even though I also have, okay, before this and sometimes depending on the situations there, right? Depend on the design lah. The side profile, people always have the problem there, okay? How actually I'm going to draw from side profiles here, right? So people will look in different kind of way there, okay? So what I can actually show you guys, from side profiles, we are going to cut these areas to create the eyes kind of shapes there, normally, all right? This is from, if the characters look into the front side there, what we call the right side of the page there, right? Like this one there, right? Normally, right? Sometimes you saw that people design something more like this one from side there, right? Yeah. Eyebrows are going to be like this one there, right? Okay. These are going to be the nose, right? These are going to be the lips and also the jaw there, right? Okay. Yeah. Right. Okay, guys. So what I can do right now, I have to do some reference lah. All right. Okay. We draw without any reference there, right? The reference is right now, okay, when you want to design something like this, okay. So move over your design closest there, right? Okay. The structure tracking closest there. The side over here, all right, this one, right? Okay. I'm going to move over there, right? So the process we're going to be looked like this one there, right? Huh? So, right, what you can do right now, if you have side by side like this, right, you can see okay, where the measurement in the where basically the right measurements there. The right measurements, okay, this is only the basic structure that I have. Guide me to works. I have to go through, all right, I have to make sure that I actually in the right kind of alignment there, right? Right, to move. Right, this is the line of the lips line. This is going to be the jaw or maybe the chin, right? The heads are going to be right here, right? Yeah. These are going to be the line of eyebrows there. The ears are going to be between the eyes and also the nose. Those are the things that you have to remember that first. And then what we can do, we can draw basically the shapes of the eyes there, right? Eyebrows, the ears. Where is it? There. Now basically those nose and the jaw, or the, what we call that, the chin there, right? This is going to be the forehead there, right? And the hair strokes. There. Strokes. We try to design basically how the shapes of the hair look like from this side there, right? Maybe. Don't finalize, don't decide it yet until you have complete them and rearrange them back. This is from side profiles. Okay, the hands might be going to be look like this. Okay, even though the shapes of the form basically of those shapes there, okay, and also the side profiles of the foot, of the buttocks, and also the legs are going to be a little bit more like this one there. Right? This may be the kneecap there, and also the, maybe this is suggestion of his sneakers there. Right? Okay, this is basically rough kind of drawings, right? Based on these characters there, these boy characters. But you have to go through more and more from here, right? This is basically the head itself, right? This is going to be the brain. Maybe he has a big brain there, right? These are going to be basically those, the spine, right? The bone there from there, right? You have to imagine, you have to learn to develop this kind of understanding, right? During the process of designing the characters. Then you will get more when you design any kind of characters later on. And of course, when it comes to design any kind of pose there, you have to understand the characters itself, right? What you can do from here to design basically those gestures line here. Okay, what I'm going to do right now, I'm drawing a gestures line there, right, for the character pose. See? Can you see that, guys? A gestures line of pose there. Gesture, sorry, there, right? Poses, right? For each characters before you finalize them from this design, right? Don't just simply draw them, because if you don't understand the gestures line, and of course, the most important thing when we design any characters is the line of actions. In the whole structures of the characters itself. Right? The line of actions came with this kind of curved line that define the pose for each characters there. The backbone basically. Right? Of each characters there. Right? If you draw the characters from this side, for examples there, right? They will look emotionally there, okay, these characters a little bit sad. If you design the character from this pose there, it will define the characters a bit more confidence there, right? If you design the characters from this side, you can show basically the characters kind of, right? actions there, right? In different way. In animations, if you can practice with this kind of drawings in order to develop the understanding on your characters kind of animation pose, it will be better there, right? Okay, today I want you guys to draw, all right? First, not using Adobe Animate or Adobe Flash yet, even though you have done a few kind of exercise from there, right? Okay, it's good. You want to explore later on, you can, because this week I'm going to emphasize on the understanding the first to develop the characters before we are going to transfer all this knowledge later on. Draw in those Adobe Animate or Adobe Flash. Okay, because without this kind of fundamental kind of understanding there, you won't be able to do it in the right way. This week we have two exercise there. First of all, design characters. This is what we call model sheet there, right? Oh, not this one there, sorry there, right? Okay, turn around. But I want you guys to draw, start with the Chibi characters there, right? One design of Chibi characters, and also one is a stylized characters there. Any kind of character that you can think of. So we have two different design there, okay? Two different design from this model sheet there, okay? Okay, the what we call that, you have to draw from front view, side profiles, and these are going to be your test of your knowledge, 3/4 view. All right, 3 different position only first. But you want to draw 4 different positions, go ahead. Okay, and the second one, right, I want you guys to draw at least 10 different poses based from gesture there, right? Drawing characters. You can call also figures there, but I'm going to go call characters. This is also part characters there, right? So I have drawn 3 of them using the line of actions there. Okay, so that means before you're going to draw, you can draw using your sketchbooks there, like Faris. If you don't have those tablets, okay, don't be feel quite off from the ground there, okay, from this ground there. Draw the line of actions there. You can use color pencils there to draw. I would suggest other than you use pen or ball pen there, okay, no drawing pen because it's quite expensive. I love you guys to do to use any kind of drawing materials that you have in your pencil case. Right, pencils, color pencils there, but make sure you sharpen those color pencils first, or pencil when you draw. All right, and then you start to draw a very simple kind of shapes, or like not a stick man. They show the structures there. Okay, and draw any kind of pose there, right? You can refer to any kind of reference, but when you want to refer from any kind of reference, make sure that you will learn from there. Okay, line of actions like this. Okay, body there, right? There, you see the difference there, right? Okay. What I'm actually right to draw them. There, crawling there, right? Simple as that. Understand, okay? From here, you guys can draw also later on. Maybe ship off cat there, right? Okay, but only a gesture there, a gesture there, because animators need to learn and need to understand about gestures there before they want to turn over into any kind of design there. Understand about gestures will bring you guys more understanding how to develop your design later on. Okay, because the tool is a tool there. Whatever that you plan will make the value from your presentations. If you know every tool that actually have been prepared for you in those Adobe Animator, okay? If your fundamental skills here is weak, there is no difference between you with the computer operators there, right? Right? Because you don't have those kind of creative side out of it. Okay? All right, guys. All right, using sketchbooks, right? You guys can use Photoshop that you draw first. And I would love to see also if you really want to go beyond what I actually have suggested. You want to try it out in Adobe Animate or Flash. Try it out there, right? Okay? You want to create your works there from there. Remember, okay, because I already told most of the students from other subjects also the same thing, right? I always encourage students to do more from there. Okay, this week we have three different kind of drawings there, right? Okay, two of them from model turnaround sheets there, all right? Each drawing in single different kind of A4 size or A4 format, or maybe we can use also uh 16 by 9 there, okay? 1920 times 1080 resolutions there. Can you see the size? Around 5.93 megabyte only there, okay? 72 resolutions there, right? Okay. So because this is a format basically for the half HD, I'm not mistaken there, right? Okay. So you can use that kind of format that works. I would suggest, right, okay, because we have two different kind of chibi characters and stylized characters there. That means stylized, okay, the character that you've been create before using the two head characters or maybe one head characters there, maybe they're okay. But the chibi characters, you can start with either two head or three head characters there. All right. Those are the things that we can explore from there. And the other thing is, the second one are going to be a 10 different kind of poses based on the gesture drawing characters by using line of actions there. Whenever you're going to start to draw your characters, always start with the line of actions. Don't just simply draw without conducted or draw the line of action for each character there, okay? Because it will give you guys more guide and understanding there, okay? When it comes to develop the process of your design. Put it as a part of your discipline there, okay? Your routine, your methods of working there, right? You will find a lot of benefit from there. Even though we want to design a simple single head character there. Okay, a simple single hit character, because I saw that like one of your friends just now, when she draw the characters there, suddenly draw like this one. Draw the line of actions and draw the characters there. See? They will be give a little bit more kind of impact on your presentations there, right? The line of actions. Okay? Give more impact, right? Okay? Bring your dynamic kind of cartoon side for your design there, right? Okay, we want to make the characters look alive, but model sheets is a bit more like a puppet lah, right? Okay? But when it comes to pose, when you design a pose for your characters there, right, they will give people see that these characters, when they poses there, okay, they look alive there, right? Okay, those are the things there. It look like they actually have been breathed the soul inside these characters there, right? If you can see this one, right, these characters there, is a little bit more like a pear kind of shape there, right? But when I actually portray with a line of actions like this, with the pose itself, they look a little bit more like alive there. That kind of value that we want to add during the process of developing our characters there, right? Okay. All right. Any questions? Any question there, guys? All right, guys, take serious in this exercise, because from this module, basically, there, okay, every single process of your development ideas and process is really important there. If you skip, if you delay, if you don't take serious out of it, I'm afraid that you are going to have a lot of difficulty to move on into the technical kind of usage of tools in Adobe Animate or Flash later on. Because why? Because you don't prepare your mind and your skills, right, to plan it earlier where you want to go for your characters, for your designing characters directly. And if you too relying on copy from other people's works, not develop your kind of understanding during the process, it will also give the same kind of impact of lose your basically your understanding from there. Okay, so take serious basically on the developments. Okay, this stage first, because next stage, right, even though you can, right, okay, if you may have this kind of question in your mind, if you think that can I actually color them up because I have more free time here, go ahead. Don't wait there, right? Okay? If you wait for so long, you will lose a lot of things from there. If you keep continuing to practice yourself, you will actually the one who gain the understanding, not me. I'm hopefully can do more better than I can do right now there, right? Okay? Those are the things that if I have more times that I can arrange there, right? Okay? Because every people, when they have go into the stage that they actually, when people saw that when they draw like very more smoothly fluid, they're right, okay, but basically those people have different kind of obstacles, right? So every people have the different level kind of obstacle challenge that they will face. So you have this kind of first stage of challenge only there, okay? So you have to get through with it, right? No matter what, all right? And then when you actually have, you will see your improvement, right, from your, because when we actually draw the okay, it's just like you develop that kind of chemistry, okay, between your blood, your mind, your hands, right, and your soul, right? So if you have this kind of, if you actually have understand all this kind of routine, you be comfortable with it, it's easy for you to move into another stage there, okay, and you will try to overcome the next stage of your developments there. So that the first stage, the second stage that you have been go through, it's not that hard there. That you will enjoy it and you will drive yourself to do more from there. Because we have to train our mind. right? 2 3 weeks time, like you have to train basically your mind to get used with this kind of routine. And then there is no problem if you want to lazy a bit there, right? Okay, and then you can go back again to that routine because you already know how to work on it. Okay, but don't take too long there. Always enjoy yourself to develop those process of working. Right, guys? Okay.
So I want to ask, right?
Yes.
Because for the past two recordings, I checked back, it doesn't actually work. It
Yes.
says stream is
Mm,
unavailable.
I know. I know. Understand that. Okay. Those are the thing that problem with this kind of. I don't know either the settings or maybe the email that I use there. Okay. Because when we use the SD email, you guys can retrieve there, right? The videos, right?
No,
For IVN, you can retrieve or not?
IBM I can, but for animation I cannot.
That's right. Okay. So that means I have to download the videos and upload in my YouTube. It's more better there, right?
Okay.
Okay.
And also, is there like physical class for next week's lecture and tutorial?
Physical class for Adobe
For
for animation.
yeah,
You guys want to go to school?
I mean I prefer to go to school because I have like clashing classes, so I can leave my laptop on for like another class and go to yours class
Uh,
quickly.
okay. Because the problem that I have, the problem that I'm actually going to have, not yours, right? Because of the accessible of the applications on the laptop there, okay, on the laptop itself. But or not on my laptop, but for the computer works there, for the computer rooms there. But I think uh, when is it? Tuesday or Friday?
Tuesday.
Tuesday. All right, for Tuesday, I think I could arrange directly on Tuesday directly classes because yeah, we can try that. Okay, we can try to work right our sessions using my laptop here. Even though I have a few kind of problem with the laptop itself, okay, but I can actually manage them. Okay, if you guys okay with it, we can try them. Okay. How many people are going to be come to the classroom there?
I will.
Right. Anyone else? Elfie or anyone who want to join? Right. Okay. You guys can come through there. Okay. You can try and test first. Right. Okay. Because I know that maybe you need something. You need some of the guidance in for working with that kind of tools there. Right. I can understand that. Okay. Because some people need those kind of face-to-face kind of interactions so you can see you can have more clear ideas how it works there, right? I'm good with it, right? Okay, I think I can arrange them, no problem. Okay, so next week on Tuesday, okay, we're going to try to work with the physical kind of classes for a few students, but for you guys basically, okay, who want to do online, don't worry, okay, because even though I'm not going to connect it with the projectors, right? But we can still screen sharing, right? Okay, in online there, right? Is it right? Right. So there is no, I don't think that they will have a problem with it, lah. Okay. All right. Anyone else want to ask any questions there? Just remind me back again, huh? Because Tuesday we are going to do our physical classes combined with online together there, right? Why you guys so quiet there, right? You guys eating right now? All right. Wenjun and Alfie also are going to join, right? All right. Okay, guys. Okay, thank you very much, okay, for having me today, and hopefully you guys gain something from there. That I would always so because last semesters, basically the first time they actually attempt and control basically the animation subject for tailors there, right? So I had done a few kind of earlier kind of experiment with the students there, but I would I would say that these two students basically cannot actually manage really well basically their times. Hopefully it's not my fault, but I always thought that I can do better than that, right? So what I can actually suggest, uh, because some one or two students basically who had a very bad kind of maybe a very weak kind of understanding on the drawing skills and character, but he also managed to develop a quite impressive kind of 12 principles kind of knowledge there on this final presentations there. So I really satisfied with his works because, like I said, he followed exactly what I said. Not because I want to people to to take those attentions to me all the time. No, whatever that I actually told you guys, all right, that which will benefit for you, please follow them exactly. Spread it out, suck it out like a sponge directly from your age there, because you will gain that kind of understanding there. All right, those how actually we can develop this kind of process of learning there, right? All right. So if there are any questions, okay, you guys, okay, yes,
Sir, I have a question.
yeah.
Regarding the first task, right, for the chibi and stylized character model sheet,
Mhm.
does it have to be based from one of the characters that we did before, or can we do a new character again?
It's up to you.
Okay.
Remember what I say? Develop something that you like to see for the rest of some of the periods. If you think that, because why? Because when we design the characters, it might going to be used for your assignments. It might going to be used, right? Okay. So I don't want to choose for you. Okay, okay, you guys have to draw this or this or these characters only there. Because if I choose, maybe it's fit for me, but not fit for you. But at this stage, basically, you need to develop that kind of chemistry and connection between your own level of design there. Right? If you feel comfortable with that design, when you actually have designed a few days right now, okay, and you submit them, and you will go through back again. And of course, one of the tips that we can actually develop the right kind of chemistry with our design or our skills there is you have to go through with your previous kind of work there. What you make mistakes there, what you can improve from there, what the thing that you saw right now that you cannot see before, right? In your mind, in your eyes there, okay? In your thought there, okay, that you will actually improve. That will bring into your kind of connections there and relationship with your own design there. For me, okay, when I look at my works, I can critique my own work back again. If you can do the same things, they will be more beneficial for you in the future. Why? Because before people are going to condemn or maybe you're going to be critique your works, you know basically what people are going to say and you will know how to answer and improve that later on. That's the best way for the animators or designers to do their works. Sometimes we have the very shitty shit kind of clients there. I can assume I can actually write agree with that, but not all the time. Sometimes clients is actually is lost also, okay, from the oblivion there, okay. So we actually the one who actually going to grab their hands and show the directions, right? So that's how it goes there, right? And sometimes there is a few kind of extreme measure also we can actually put for some of the peoples there to make sure they understand, but not all the time there with the right kind of way, right? Because we need to also to protect our understanding there, what we believe that can make the products or the brand will be more success if we don't follow his ideas there, or if we can combine the ideas together there, right? Those are the things that relationship that we have to make. I have done some of the projects with the clients and I cut off in the middle there because of the PKP. But the best thing is because they have paid me half of the what we call that budget directly. Because whatever that we do, we take first half of the budget when we develop our works for our clients there. Because that half of the budget is your time, your efforts, and your creative kind of process and your professional kind of fees. Don't do it anything before the clients agree to pay and they paid you the advance there, right? Those are the things there, right? Okay? In creative kind of process there. Sometimes I also have been cheat with the clients there, okay? Depending that sometimes our friends, our good friend also will tap our backs. Okay, those are the normal things there. What we can do, move forwards, think positive, develop our works well, and people will afraid of us because our skills there, our abilities there. Okay, those are the things there, right? Okay, thank you very much there, guys.
Thank you,
Uh,
sir.
okay, I can read this one again soon. Oh, sir, I did quite catch what is the stylized characters there. Okay, can you Google them up? Google them up that first, right? Okay, Tanya, okay, do a bit kind of reference research. And then later on, if you find that kind of answer, right? If you can find that answers there, okay, or maybe you have that answers but you're not sure, you show me the reference there. You show me the result there. Then we can discuss later on in WhatsApp there, right? Okay. I can show, but I just want to see whether you can actually have the efforts to find because there's a lot of reference nowadays. I will be mind blowing nowadays because when I actually browse from Pinterest or Google there, right? There's a lot of millions kind of characters, stylizations, stylized characters, simplified characters there. That actually, right, I really love to create there, right? And if I can make money out of it from that, I would love to there, right? Okay? So that's why you have to be more passionate than this. Okay, Tanya, there, okay? Okay, work on that first. I will be waiting for you in WhatsApp there, okay? All right, thank you very much. Have a nice day and also have a good weekend, all right? I'm going to have a very, very busy weekend, all right? Okay, thank you very much. Have a nice day. Bye.